Rolling.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to video 33, the 33rd video in the Neil Panosian YouTube channel. I'm sitting here with Brett, the Birdman Verdict. Brett has a great podcast that you'll want to follow. He's going to bring to light a lot of different individuals you might not have heard of that will certainly positively impact your life. If not, at least get you thinking outside of the box. Fair enough to say?
Yes, I think that's good.
Tell them how they will find your podcast.
You can look up the podcast at blogtalkradio.com/Birdman Podcast. That's BURDMAN, Birdman Podcast.
Okay, now on the Birdman Podcast, tell viewers what they can expect. I know you have a montage, if you will, of different guests that you're bringing to light. Let them know the viewers what they can expect by logging on.
Sure. I plan to have at least a different guest every week. I want to have it for different topics involved, from issues related to political to entertainment. The list goes on, and the guests I want to have are kind of associated with those topics, whether it be the guest that I had tonight with Neil and his book, and knowing a little bit more about the person, what their projects have been, and what they plan to do in the future. I want that reoccurring theme to be something that's common every week, and I want to bring certain people from different settings and different areas of life, from all over the country, really, to be shown in the high, bright lights, the spotlight, so to speak, because I feel like some of them aren't getting as much exposure as potentially they could. And I kind of want to be that outlet, that medium that'll allow them to do so.
That is awesome. And here on my YouTube channel on Secret to an Amazing Life, I try to introduce you to as many outlets of positivity and inspiration as we can. Definitely go to blogtalkradio.com/Birdman Radio. That's BURDMAN. Right?
Birdman Podcast.
Birdman Podcast. Definitely check out Brett. You are going to be introduced to a host of new characters, expanding your horizons on life and on different life experiences. When you set out to do this podcast and bring the people to light, what exactly is your goal going forward with this?
My goal, I don't have an end date, and I don't have a certain amount of criteria to accomplish. I want it to be as long-lasting, as beneficial as possible. I want it to be as much about the people that I'm interviewing with, more so than anything. Like I made mention for about, I want it to be a connection. That's the key concept. Connection between who this person is and what they deliver to the people around us in this world. I think doing that can spark interests, like we made mention at the very minimum. And I think, if anything, it can connect people for something greater, whether it's an opportunity for that particular person, whether it's somebody else deciding to want to be on the podcast, whether it's whatever I haven't even been able to think of as far as the scenario goes. I think the opportunities are limitless. And like I said, its intent doesn't have one direct objective.
So tell the people, if they log on to your radio station, the Birdman Podcast, on Blog Talk Radio, what can they expect? What do you want them to get out of it?
I want them to understand that there are more people out there engaged in things that they may not even have ever heard of. I think if it's an outlet that presents them with something new they never knew about, I think that's an accomplishment. If it's something that gets them thinking, that's an accomplishment. If it makes them feel connected on a day where they didn't feel connected at all with the world, that's an accomplishment. It doesn't have that one sole objective. It can hold many facets as far as what its purpose serves. My ultimate objective, though, in a broad sense, is to have a connection. I want to be able to connect the interesting, intriguing, parts of this world that people live in, and get a more familiarization of things that they may not have known about before.
So if you want to expand your world, if you want to learn about subjects you never knew were even out there. If you want to meet people who never existed, make sure you turn on to Birdman Radio at blogtalkradio.com. Also, stay tuned to secret2amazinglife.com. That's secret, the number 2amazinglife.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, just click the little red subscribe word on the right side of the screen. You'll be notified every time we get a new video. When we do, we'll be sharing links to the Birdman's blog posts, radio podcasts, as well as different aspects of things that will bring more to your life. You log on to us, you watch the Birdman's podcast, you'll be introduced to a whole different world. Before you know it, the light at the end of the tunnel may be you.